Hello, hello, hello. Oh, wait, the microphone. Hold on a second. Okay, I was like, where's the microphone? Oh man. Welcome one and all. Thank you so much for your patience. Wow, you guys have been chatting for a while. Very cool. Susan Elizabeth was here first. Thank you so much for that. Let's see, and Mary H. Connie Baumer staying up late for us. Elaine Parker, Gail Anita, Josephine Young, Carol Lunn, Black Queen. Yeah, you're glad about that? Glad Harry debunked all the lies, so many they can't try to use them against him and Meg without us pushing back. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why it's best to get it out there. Hi, Mabel Jones. Let's see here. Okay, Elaine Park, I said that right. Lydia Washington, Carolyn Daniels, Miranda Rios, Naomi Maria. Hi. Okay, I'm just gonna slide through. Hi, Misty Blue. And oh, what a cool um profile picture. I like that, Lambert Charles. Very cool. I like that. Okay. So I'm just going to slide through and make sure that there are no super chats that I'm missing. And I don't want to take up any more time saying hello. I'll do those individually, but thank you all so much for being here. And oh, anyway, I was working on my thumbnail. That was probably one of the last things I did. But yeah, so uh, Prince Harry is truly doing a David and Goliath. I was thinking about that too, but before we get to that, Brioni Gordon, uh, well, as you could imagine, because she has spent some time with Harry out in sunny Montecito, which has, of course, suffered through some horrific storms. But the one good thing you could say about Montecito, rain or no rain, floods or no floods, there are no leaks in Montecito. So, isn't that something? There's more leaks that occur. Um, I guess I could say naturally in Harry's nation of birth when it comes to his family and the institution. But when it comes to being in Los Angeles, even as well, Santa Barbara, Montecito to be precise, even out there with the torrential downpours and the mudslides and all that kind of stuff, you still don't have as many leaks as one would have over in, say, Kensington Palace or Clarence House or whatever. So, oh, you're in Queensland, Australia, is that right? Oh, very cool. Oh, it's 10:17 a.m. I cannot wrap my brain around that. So it's already tomorrow. It's already January 15th there. Get out of here. That's incredible. Gosh, that's weird. Anyway, thanks for sharing that. Okay. So, Brianni Gordon is someone that Harry has spoke with candidly about mental health. And she was surprised that he wanted to have this conversation with her. And so there is a level of trust with their friendship. Trust that seems to go back quite some ways, like for right here, Richard and Judy, whoever they are. Prince Harry was incredibly brave to speak out about mental health. In a week dominated by mental health and politics, it was inevitable that my anxiety level would once again shoot through the roof. Well, um, Richard and Judy, are they? I don't know who they are. Why not just Richard Judy, like it says right? Well, okay. I'm sorry, I've never heard of them before. I guess that's their column, Richard and Judy, though. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on that. So, right there in the very small caption, it says, my brain will tell me I can't do anything. I'll say, you can't go to work, you can't go for a run, you can't get showered right from the moment I wake up. So the more I am able to challenge it, the less power I give it. The inside of our heads have been given a lot more power over to the last 2 years. Brioni continues. Well, that is part of an article for another story that was related to Brioni. And anyway, from Harry, Brioni has made an acquaintance with the Duchess of Sussex. So she values their friendship. I mean, after all, they invited her to the Fortress of Solitude. And that, of course, is their stately, palatial, opulent, picturesque Sussex manor in Montecito, where there are no leaks. So, just giving you a little background of their closeness. And then, of course, the more recent article that Briani has written for her newspaper, The Telegraph. Well, I mean, it's not her paper, but she writes for The Telegraph. And why did she do that? Because that opened up a whole world of trouble, as you could imagine. So, the article, which you may recall from what, 2 days ago? Or is it yesterday? Prince Harry opens up to telegraph Briani Gordon at his home in California. And the article starts with the Duke of Sussex has revealed that he has enough material to write another book. Maybe that's what the problem is. Having held back disclosure for which the King and the Prince of Wales would not ever forgive him if they were made public. In an interview with Brioni Gordon of The Telegraph, Prince Harry said the original transcript for his book Spare was twice the length of the final draft, meaning about 800 pages. Well, they managed to cut that in half, and I'm pretty sure that took a lot of work. He admitted a lot of the details was eventually edited out, concerned interactions with his brother and father. Well, of course, that would be very uncomfortable. The revelation is likely to leave the royal family deeply concerned about the future disclosures, with Buckingham Palace sources, oh God, there we go with the sources, noting he might be forced to write further books for financial gain. Now, let me just stop right there. I am so sick of hearing about what he has to do to continue to earn a living. I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm sick of it. Um, we don't know exactly how much the Sussexes have in terms of money or income. Now, I I'm not even gonna bore you guys by going through the usual. Meghan had this, Harry got that, and of course the publicly undisclosed amount of the contract with Netflix and Spotify. But whatever the case is, as we have seen from the Sussex's docuseries, and of course from the Duchess of Sussex's Spotify, isn't it incredible? I mean, let's just take a little walk here, shall we? Let's take a walk. So the Duchess of Sussex creates Spotify called Archetypes, right? And what happened? She knocks Joe Rogan off of his throne, literally. After years of sitting on the throne as the most popular podcast, off he goes because of the Duchess of Sussex. And then, of course, there is the docuseries Harry and Meghan, the biggest docuseries ever to hit Netflix, which I believe is the world's largest streaming service. So Netflix is so big. Let me tell you how big Netflix is. Netflix has they're so big. They have over I believe they're 200 million paid subscribers. And after they, police all of the password sharing, who knows? It may help their numbers grow. But um, they're huge. They're so big that other companies started taking notice and slowly pulling their content off of Netflix, like Disney, and starting their own. And then, of course, HBO, they've been in the movie making business for a while. Now they have one, and Hulu, and so on and so forth. So they were so big, they were like, or continue maybe to be the Apple of the streaming services, who, by the way, also have their own. And noting the success that they've had over the years, so other people want in on it. But in spite of that, the Sussexes comes through there and give them the best docuseries documentary they ever had. And then let's get to the book. Harry breaks records with his nonfiction book. So whatever they're trying to say about what the Sussexes may or may not have or can or cannot do, it seems like every place they go, not only are other people making money, but it seems like they're doing okay for themselves too. So um, it really is a moot point, isn't it? To speculate about what they may or may not have. So, well, yeah, and isn't it interesting, Marshall, that Netflix tried to partner with Blockbuster, and Blockbuster was so short sighted. They were like, nah, we don't do business with, what do you say your name is? Netflix. Yeah, we don't do business with you Netflix people. And look at what happened. Netflix dominated the business all by themselves. They didn't need help from Blockbuster after all. Thank you so much, Marshall. Mad World says, Baron, Harry basically said they had to do what they needed to do to make a living, to provide a home and security for their family. They didn't want to touch the money from Diana. It's for the kids. Now, that is lovely. That is lovely. Absolutely. I've never heard it put that way before, but I guess that might have been one that I just missed. Thank you for helping me out. Um, but yeah, so the whole point of it is they are doing okay for themselves, and that is a lovely thought. Save the money for the children. So we don't know exactly what they have, but we know that they purchased a fine home. They are able to maintain security. And of course, Harry has his better up. I'm sure he gets stock options for that. Meghan has invested in the clever blends. And of course, they are putting together a financial portfolio along with the aid of their lawyers and such. So they're doing okay. Plus, Archwell Productions. Who knows what they'll venture into in the future? Um, oh, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. All right. So, anyway, they with this Brianni Gordon. Now, as you know, you guys, they do everything they can to attack anyone who seems to have any type of friendship or companionship or is somehow in favor of the Sussexes. If they show any common decency or courtesy, that is like bringing a curse upon their house, because the dreaded derangers, some of them are hate listening right now, love to go after anybody pro Sussex. So Brianni, with the screenshot there on the left, says right there, see where it says read here? Well, in the small print, it says Montecito is on a mudslide alert. Its residents nervously awaiting an evacuation order. I wake up on the morning of my meeting with Prince Harry to a meteor storm. His book Spare has found its way into the Spanish shops. Well, we all know what happened with that. The book was accidentally and or purposely leaked in Spain, and that caused all kind of headaches for people who hadn't even read the book yet, because there were all these leaks. I thought it was kind of fun when it was just the Guardian, But then we found out that other people uh, in Spain, they said some bookstore put it on the shelf. And then after that, it was being translated from Spanish to English. And, sometimes things are lost in the translation. Well, anyway, um, Harry spoke to me for my Substack link to read the full conversation. Okay, read here. Fine. But then today, this happened. This happened. Let me find that. Hold on a second. So, going on the left side there, it says, I've switched the comments off on my Instagram not to stifle free speech, but because I do not fancy spending my weekend being shouted at by people. I get to make that choice. There are so many places on social media where you can go and shout about people in the royal family. But really, why would you bother when it's Saturday and there are millions of better things to do? I genuinely have so much respect for the people who quietly unfollow and get on with their lives rather than jumping on all my other posts and making snarky comments. I am absolutely fine with you not liking me, my opinion, work. I am not for everyone, and nor would I want to be. But why not put your energy into people who are for you? It's so much less exhausting for everyone involved. So, since there were no comments available for the original post with Prince Harry, they started going to her other comment or other post on her Instagram and wreaking havoc. And so she had to turn off the comments just to keep the traffic off of her Instagram. God, see how people do? Do you see how people do? She's had this long standing relationship with Prince Harry and then Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and then all of a sudden she finds herself under attack and being harassed on social media by people who have an axe to grind, all because of the article that she wrote for the Telegraph. It is really, really disgusting. She says, also, I am referring to rude, harassing comments, obviously not people disagreeing with me or the person I interviewed, which I have no problem with. Unfortunately, I have to turn them all off because I am too exhausted right now to deal with the horrid ones calling me a pig, fat, unreliable, um, crap, journalists, etc., etc. Anyway, 99.99% of the people are lovely and decent. It's not that 00.1, I'm sorry, 0.001% who ruin it for everyone else or everybody else, as she says. Have a lovely weekend, all. Hugs. Well, there you go. They've done it again. They have done it again. They have targeted someone who was simply being fair and balanced to the Sussexes, and suddenly she has had to alter her social media because of the nasty comments. And again, it is, you know, you would you would not be surprised if I said, "Oh, these were a bunch of high school kids that are targeting her social media and saying these nasty things." But you would be shocked, except for one thing. If you are here listening to my voice and you have been supporting the Sussex squad, then you already know to not be surprised when I tell you these are middle-aged Brexiteers and or MAGA people who don't particularly care for black and brown people in their society and culture unless they uplift and uphold the values of, say, the right wing Tories or the Republicans. Not that there's anything wrong with being conservative, Not that there's a problem with being a Tory or even a right winger or a Republican, but the MAGA Brexiteer people in particular seem to be so fanatical in their devotion to this idea that anything that has to do with certain people, let's go down the list. Oprah Winfrey. Well, I'm just going to name a few people. Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, uh, Joe Biden, Jill Biden. Do you guys remember when they attacked Jill Biden for calling herself Dr. Jill Biden? Well, actually, because people referred to her as Dr. Jill Biden, they literally attacked a PhD in education, Dr. Jill Biden, because she managed to, earn a very good education through hard work and devotion. She earned herself a very fine education. And I guess it must have been painful to acknowledge her as Dr. Jill Biden when the first lady who preceded her lied about having gone to college or dropping out of college, swore she was an architect by trade and an interior designer and a whole bunch of stuff that she could speak 5 or 6 languages, when the truth is, aside from Slovenian and Russian, not much else is really fluent. She's improved her English though. But I guess that was threatening to them because they declared her classy, the only first lady we've ever seen depicted in naked photos, um, racy naked photos, the only first lady that I've ever seen naked. But that's the classy one. And with that, I'm going to stop there because I was encouraged the other day to share some of my old Melania memes with you guys, but I can't do that. I'd rather keep the channel going. Um, oh man, Shelly L has a super chat. Shelly L says, "It's the 83 housewives and their recruits." Yes, that 83 number, absolutely. They're at it again. Yeah, and that they target Brianni Gordon for just doing her job. But if you are not, I'm just trying to think. Are there any in situations where any of us has ever seen where a someone in the Sussex squad or someone who is just very sympathetic to the Sussexes? I'm trying to figure out, when have we gone after someone's children or someone's mother or someone's anybody? When have we done that? I mean, it's just incredible that these are moms and grandmas and members of the Chamber of Commerce and so on and so forth, PTA people that are literally running around like these. If they were teenagers, I wouldn't be surprised. But these are adults. These are not like some music fans that shouting down some musician or actor, something like that. These are literally people who may have even shed a tear for Princess Diana, that loathes and hate her son so much. And that woman, I just can't wrap my brain around it. I'm just like, how do those two people, or should I say, those two types of people coexist in one body and mind? But they are those same people. Or who knows? Maybe some of them always hated Princess Diana. I don't know. But what a shame. It's they should be embarrassed. But thank you so much, Shelly L, for the comment. And also thank you so much for the super chat. And Fu says, Hero Harry followed his heart, and he was so blessed. Father God favored him after years and years of abuse. And Fu, I'm almost done with the book. I think I have about 3 hours to go, and I should be completely done with it. But I tell you, I had to run an errand earlier, and I took the wrong exit. I was so pulled into the story that I totally missed my exit. I'm just like, oh my God, was that? I had to drive out of my way. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't listen to it driving anymore, because it's just like I was so involved with Spare that I physically don't remember getting from point A to point B. So, you know, maybe driving and listening to Harry is not a good idea for me, but I was so pulled into it, I couldn't even tell you how I got there or got back home. It was like I couldn't wait to get back in the car so I can listen to more of it. Thank you so much. And let's see. Is it Ned Stagg says, "Hi, Baron. Continue to fight the good fight. We need more like you." Thank you. Yes, well, thank you very much. And there are other channels that have been out there fighting the good fight. And I tell you, as I say so much, it's an embarrassment of riches that we have some amazing new channels that have come along. And I'm just like, wow, I am so impressed. And it's certainly not enough to balance the hate channels, but it's a start. And I do believe that finally reaching 30,000 subscribers, I mean, just in the past couple weeks, let me see. I want to say almost 1,000 new subscribers in about a month. Yeah, so about a month, and that's a lot. I mean, if at that rate, 1,000 subscribers a month, 40,000 or 50,000 is not unheard of by the end of the year. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that will listen that are not subscribers, and even though you would wish to have those people subscribe, I'm just glad they're listening. I'm glad that they are hearing a narrative that will counter the hate and vitriol that comes from some of the other channels, like the Body Language Expert and a few other people. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And remember, if you guys are thinking about starting your own YouTube, or if you want to support on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, remember, if you have, or even TikTok, if you have a smartphone, you have a platform. That is just that easy. It doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be. And you too could have a platform. It's not that difficult. It's just the commitment of it. So thank you, Ned Stagg, and thank you so much for being here today and for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, and you're a member. Thank you also for that. Church Nellie is here. The Derangers are just constipated. they, they need an enema. Absolutely. Well, Tom Barrow, he always has that face that screams, "Where's my enema?" Cheryl W says, Baron, yes, I agree. There are definitely middle aged white people in Britain, Tories and Republicans here in America. Yeah, that is the sad demographic. And I actually had this one person was like, "Oh, I'm so offended. I'm middle aged. I'm a white woman. How dare you?" Well, that is the socioeconomic situation. Is that is who has been targeting the Duchess of Sussex. It's just that 83 people happens to, and trust me when I say this, Bart Sitno knows who those people are. They it's not, nobody is hiding on the interweb or the what they know where these people are. They know who they are and who they have been associating with, especially when it comes to the British tabloid reporters. So it's a known thing, and the reason why that is important is because it you could say, "Oh wow, it's a big coincidence that they're all middle-aged white women who just happen to say some of the most racist things about someone of African descent with an African American mother who, just happens to be African American. I would love to say that that was all a huge coincidence and their race doesn't seem to matter to me, but it is what it is. But that's 83 people whose have been amplified by other people that hate. But the truth is, they do not speak for the majority of middle aged white women, I'm sure. They don't speak for the majority of people in Britain or the United States or any place else for that matter. It's a minority of people who seem to have a lot in common, and that's all to it. So, thank you so much, Cheryl W., for your comment. Um, Says a lot about the progress of humanity, doesn't it? It always boils down to that. Helene Groen, thank you for being here today. It is so telling. I would never go to the other royals' Instagram to speak my mind because I'm sorry, they don't interest me nor deserve my time. Amen. I think that makes a lot of sense. And as a matter of fact, you speak for most people that are Sussex supporters. It's just that thing that we don't do. Um, it's that's a deranger thing. And again, it's a minority of people whose hatred has been amplified, and should I say, not just amplified, but has even been monetized by certain elements like other hate channels, and of course, the tabloid media who depend on them to help keep this campaign of hate going. So, thank you so much, Helene. Right. And let me move on here. So, right there, trying to read Prince Harry's Spare from your library, you might wait up to a year. Wait, let me see there. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, you might have to wait up to a year if you want to read Spare. Now, that is from the Los Angeles Times. There are so many requests for that book that there are people waiting up to a year to get their hands on a copy of it. And when you borrow the book from the library, what do they give you? Like 10 days, a week, 5 days? I really don't know. But yeah, there are people waiting to get their hands on a copy of Spare. So the book is in great demand. And isn't that a relief? Because there were certain people in the media who thought that the book was going to be a complete failure. But nothing could be further from the truth. Let me take a look here at something. Okay. I'm just making sure that I want to see if Special K is coming on today because Special K was so good last week. I definitely don't want to, and she only comes on that once a week, so I don't want to monopolize the time away from her. And I see okay, she hasn't, well, you know what, if she is coming on, maybe in about, oh yeah, it would have come up already. Yeah, I don't think she's coming on today. Well, I hope so. I'll keep an eye out and let you guys know. I was so like entertained, amused, and everything else watching Special K last week. All right. Let me see. Did I see something out the corner of my eye? I'm looking. What did I see? Wow. Wow. How long have I been talking? There's a lot of comments. All right. There is a super sticker. Khalil Similon. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being a member. And as always, for watching Royal Sussex. Wow, a lot of comments. All right, I'm gonna have to skip through most of those. Unfortunately, Deborah Bowen says in demand because he wrote the heck out of that book. Can you say get backstabbers? He called them all out. Yes, he did. And just think, there's about half of what he had to say in that book. I wonder how much the lawyers said. as much as we have enjoyed reading this revelation, Your Royal Highness, we might want to omit that from the book. I wonder how much of that happened, where the lawyers were just like, Your Royal Highness, that bit right there, no. And then, too, I wonder how much Harry really fought to keep in the book. Now, when I say the lawyers, that's the publishing company. They don't want to get in trouble either. So, I'm sorry, some people here are from the UK. They don't want to get in trouble either. Better? Okay. 1960 says, Hi, Baron. My friends that live in the UK love Harry and Meghan. I think the media just lies about how many UK citizens are actually against Harry and Meghan. The media is just trying to save their own behinds. Yes, 1960, I agree. And that's why I keep stressing that, because I hate to see like so many people that otherwise are just going about their business and don't give a toss about the royal family. And maybe they are, or maybe they aren't sympathetic to the Sussexes, but to condemn a whole country is unfortunate, because it's all because of the inflection, or the I guess the hate campaign, of course, but it's just the way it's portrayed by that same media, because they will say things like, why is Harry trying to turn the British people against him? Harry and Meghan aren't so popular in the US as people think they are, when nothing is really further from the truth. And to show how much they lie, they tried to say that this book was not going to do well. They even continue to say the book is not doing well, while simultaneously reporting otherwise. That goes to show you how desperate they are. Hello, official Lauren Brown. Thanks for being here. Okay, and let's see. Rachel's son says, if British, I'm sorry, one more time. If British media had left them alone when they moved to the US, Harry and Meghan would not have as many new viewers. They keep it up and increase more supporters. Yeah, because all of the push against them, especially, let's talk about the TikTok generation. Now, there's a lot of that nastiness on the TikTok, but I have seen so many videos pop up where not only are they saying things that are supportive of Harry and Meghan, but there's even some TikTokers that are speaking out against others, asking the question, does this person have anything better to do? Or I love the one where the guy points out that the girl, if she didn't have a hate channel against Harry and Meghan, her TikTok channel would be very unpopular and probably non existent. But you got some of those 83 desperate housewives, or desperate grandmas, probably, that are, you know, even subscribing to TikTok, doing their best to create videos to continue this British media driven hate campaign. And it really is driven by the media. That the source of their energy comes from those tabloids. Thank you so much. Layla Moore says the book is beautifully written, but I hope we can get a part two for what he held back. I know you do. Oh, oh, you want to make a song out of it? They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Go backstabbers, the backstabbers. Oh man. Black Queen has a super chat. Baron, I'm gifting spare to a fellow Jamaican I met on Harry and Meghan page. She is in Jamaica and having issues getting it. She will gift to library after reading it, paying it forward. Emancipation Now. All right, thank you so much for that, Black Queen. That is lovely. Um, I actually gifted a book myself, and I surprised the receiver by chatting with their child and telling the young man, I said, listen, there's a book coming. And of course, I couldn't send something to her and not send something to him. So I gifted him something too. But anyway, she didn't know the book was coming. So it worked out beautifully. So if you guys are thinking of a way to surprise someone, especially a squatty, that is probably one of the most epic things you could do because the book is so red hot. So the hard part for me was not, dropping any hints or anything for a couple of days. And well, anyway, the book was supposed to get there the 12th and it didn't get there until the 13th. But no matter, it got there. It made the impact that I hoped it would. And so, of course, the bad thing about gifting a book is that if it's somebody that you speak to quite often, you're not going to hear from them for a few days. So, but it worked out very well. So, so much so that I'm actually thinking about doing it again. So, I am going to somehow make that happen. But yeah, that was a good thing. Or maybe just the local library. I'll find out, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe select a couple libraries and forward a book like that, or just I don't know, just address it and send it to the library. Why not? That's all you need is the address. I mean, I don't know if that's how they like for that stuff done, but I'll find out. But thank you for sharing that, Black Queen, and thank you so much for doing that. That is superb. And thank you for being here with us today on Royal Sussex. All right. I listened to um oh gosh, VS Speaks Royally. I listened to her today, this morning to help get my day started while I was out running errands. But then I had to switch it over to Harry and miss my exit on the highway. Georgia Walker says Harry said to the royal family and the tabloids, sweep around your own front door before you sweep around mine. I have receipts. Yes. And that text message that we all marveled at, that is absolutely a receipt. Let's see. Official Lauren Brown says, I love the idea of donating to a library after reading. I want to do that now. Thanks for the idea at Black Queen. Absolutely. Yes, thank you, Black Queen. All right, let me continue here. All right, so, oh, you guys, let the violins play a very mournful tune. Oh, Harry Hatchet Job memoir falls flat as cues fail to appear at major bookshops in UK. Slow trickle of sales as Harry's book hits shelves after a spat of leaks. Oh my God, that is. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Must be cleared. Megan hands Harry podcast warning as his memoir may suffer a flop. Oh my goodness, that is. You know what? They're scaring me. They're scaring me. Prince Harry bombshell book Spare is heading for the bargain bin after it has even been before it is I'm sorry before it has even been released. Industry expert believes the book, officially priced £28, will go on sale at Tesco's for a little less than £8 a copy. Oh my goodness. Well, that's terrible. I hope Harry decides to pull all the remaining books off the shelf before he gets embarrassed by embarrassed by the fastest selling nonfiction book ever. Prince Harry's Spare becomes the fastest. Not just all that doom and gloom and hate. And then what happens? Harry's book wins the Guinness Book of Records. He wins the Guinness Book of World Records. He even beat out Barack Obama. Now, if you're going to try to like disparage and downplay someone's efforts, at least wait until it hits the shelf. You know what I'm saying? How stupid is that? I mean, after all of that hand wringing and hemming and hawing, Harry's booked this, Harry booked that, and he's gonna have to depend on his books. And if he don't write a book, he won't have any money. And what happens? The most influential half of the most influential couple, as a matter of fact, the most notable, most influential man in the world today. I mean, yeah, he's not as powerful as, say, the president of the United States, but in terms of influence, what else do you need? They don't even know. Most people don't even know his brother is now the Prince of Wales. Hell, they didn't even know that he was the Duke of Cambridge. And then here's the Duke of Sussex, which everybody knows, with Brand Sussex. Harry's controversial tell all memoir, Spare, has become the fastest selling nonfiction book of all time after shifting 1.43 million copies during the first. Should that be selling during the first day on sale in the UK, the US, and Canada? The record was previously held by Barack Obama's fourth book, A Promised Land, in 2020, which sold 887,000 copies during its release day. Now, mind you, I don't even know that Prince Harry has done as much press for his book as, say, a Barack Obama. But then again, let us all remember that Stephen Colbert had one of his best nights ever, thanks to Prince Harry. So, Spare superlative sales figures are made even more impressive when considering the fact that it was leaked 5 days early in Spain. Duh. And what else? It says this meant to be the most of the revelations contained within, including details of Harry's drug use and a fight with his older brother William, made headlines worldwide before the book officially hit the shelves on 10 January. And in spite of all of that, Harry's book has become the fastest selling. And look at all those people that they've interviewed. Oh, you know what? I don't even want to like disrespect humans by calling them people, but let me find them because I was looking. Oh, come on, this thing. Oh, not that, not that. Yeah, you guys are going to be like, why are you calling them people? I ask myself that as soon as I let slip out of my mouth, comparing them to human beings. But stay with me. Nope, nope. That's more Colbert. Oh, uh, let me see. Oh, wait. Stay with me. All right, wait. Okay, I got it. And you're going to say, why would you compare them to people? Because the thing is, I watched them um, solicit their audience how many people are planning to read the book. And this very well placed, well planted audience said only 5 people would read the book. Oh, man. Okay, that is kind of glitchy. I don't think I can sort that out. Let me try something else. That's the 13th. Nope. All right, I'm going to move on. But I'll come back to that. Let me take a few of your comments first. Oh, by the way, this is the Hall of Fame for selling over 1 million copies of books in, I think, was it a day? I think that puts it on the Hall of Fame. So, Lauren Brown says, oh, that was for someone else. Thank you. Valerie Joseph says, that's good, Black Queen. Oh, not even for me either. That's Church Nelly. All right, that ain't for me. All right, Gwendolyn Daniel says, these people are stuck on stupid. Oh, and that wasn't for me. Fine. All right. I'm sure this is for me. Y'all better than me keeping my part of history. Uh that's why I bought 3 extra copies. Very good. Thank you so much, Kathy G. Okay, in all, I can only confess to 3 copies, and that's the hardcover, the audio, and then someone else's book. So I feel like I need to do another one then. All right. Let me see here. Well-being Rose, AT says, Baron, I bought the book in Tesco's today for £14, same price as Amazon. Yeah, I mean, as soon as the book hit the shelves, they almost always slap those half price stickers on there. Um, I got my book from Target. I ordered it within the hour that they first announced the book was going on sale. And so I paid a lot more. I paid the full price plus shipping and handling, which, is fine by me. Long as I knew the book was on the way, that was all I wanted to know, is that the book was on the way. And so I had to wait all that time before, they actually sent out the book. So I paid for it and everything immediately. And I think they had to charge pending until they finally, wrapped it to go. So that is how I paid for that one. But then the one that I gifted was the Amazon price. So yeah, I mean, they try to make a big deal out of the £14, but that is very common and typical for any book sale. Um, Let me see here. Susie Q says, I'm watching the interview, so I am distracted from Baron's podcast. Cool. I mean, you know what? Long as you're doing something Sussex, I am glad to know that. But thank you so much for being here in spirit. Let me see. CBS is showing ITV interview of Prince Harry now. Really? Huh. And you know what? I got that thing. Well, I had to order that thing so I could watch live television over there. Oh, very cool then. So some of you guys are doing that, and some of you guys are doing both. That is just fine with me. Because I think it's cool to drive up the ratings over there for their ITV interview. It lets people know that we are serious. Thank you so much, Helene. Yes, you guys, please don't forget to hit that like button. All right, so Prince Harry's Spirit becomes Indigo's fastest selling nonfiction book ever. Now, I don't know what Indigo's is to Canada except the bookstore. I don't know if that's like, their largest retailer in Canada or not, but I'm sure that has mimicked the performance of the book in most bookstores, in that it is the fastest selling nonfiction book ever. And that's what they said on the 12th. So that is super cool. Okay, that's not for me. That's not for me. Is anybody talking to me today? Travel was that Travel Camel says, for those that say this is a family matter, I disagree. The king is head of state of many countries. As such, we have the right to know if our head of state endorses racism, abuse, etc. Well said, Travel Camel, thank you so much for that. And Sonia Johnson, Sonia, you're talking to me. Thank you so much, Baron. I'm sorry. It makes no sense to bother with these lunatics. Spare worldwide bestseller, Guinness Book of Record holder for the fastest selling fiction nonfiction book ever. World number one. Should we say more? I think not. I think we said it all. Thank you so much, Sonia Johnson. All right, and let's go here. So Prince Harry's book Spare sold over 1.4 million English copies already on second run. So does that mean that second run? Does that mean that they're like printing a whole new batch for sale? I'm guessing that's what that means. That initially they printed, I guess, the 1.4 million copies or whatever, and then they're going to do a second run. I'm not sure what that means. Prince Harry Spare jumps to number one on bestsellers lists. And wait, I got more. Right here, Prince Harry's memoir breaks UK sale records and top Amazon's bestseller list. So Amazon obviously has a bestsellers list, and at the top of that list is Spare. Ha! And who is like one of the is they well, I guess you could always say, well, no, China has the largest retailer, but for online retailers, I want to say technically Amazon is probably number two. But in the Western industrialized world, the number one online retailer is Amazon. Amazon is everywhere, and Amazon has a bestsellers list. That's a huge thing to be the number one on their list because let's face it, most of us use Amazon. And as much as I try to support other retailers, which is why I ordered my book from Target, the ease and convenience of Amazon is just embarrassingly good for me. So I tend to gravitate toward Amazon. I love when I forget I ordered something and then all of a sudden there's that knock at the door. that that is never lost on me. I love that. Okay, so as for Prince Harry's position, beating out Barack Obama for the fastest selling nonfiction book, well, it's okay. You know why? Because they are old friends. And when I saw this photo, I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's right. He did hang out with the president or former president. Yeah, he was still president at the time when they hung out. And at the time, Biden was vice president. So, what can I say? He's got friends in high places. Now, I must admit, I am rather disappointed. I thought I would see more of, say the Obamas and the Bidens, like, doing things together. But that wasn't meant to be just yet, but it will come. It'll come. It's not like the Sussexes haven't been busy. I mean, after all, they have children. I mean, they have a new family. So that accounts for a lot of things. And let me see. Oh, yeah. Tina Brown said Spare would never see the light of day. She believed Charles would convince Harry to break the contract and then Charles would pay off the publisher. Did she say that? Did she really say that? Wow. That is bizarre. I have to say, now that is one of the more bizarre things I've ever heard. Oh man. And I remember I won't say that Tina Brown was a very well respected journalist, but I don't remember her being so cruel and disgusting the way that she was when her book came out. Um as a matter of fact, there was a time when she was more neutral about the Sussexes before she became so, how do I put it, disgusting. Yeah, I remember when she was a little bit more neutral about them, but well, I guess that was short lived. Or I guess you could say that was before her book came out. But anyway, that's disappointing. I mean, I can't say that I was ever so fond of her, but I, at the very least, I thought better of Tina Brown. I'll just say that I wasn't so fond of her, but I thought better of her than that. But it just goes to show you never really know a person, do you? Okay. Let me go here and do that. All right. And then, of course, there is Michelle Obama. Michelle, you know what? Let me see here. Let me play that that sound bite from Tina Brown. Let me play that one just to give a little context to what I think about her. Give me just a second. I know I have it here somewhere. And that sound bite, and not only Tina Brown, but Barrow, that little sound bite of his was a bit surprising, in that, in spite of everything, they both found themselves having to confess that the Sussexes are actually doing extremely well in spite of everything that has been thrown at them. Okay, there it is. Oh, wait. Oh man, my computer is being a little glitchy today, you guys. So sorry.
On every piece of dirty laundry. I think it's damaged. I do, sadly. I think the whole Mexit thing damaged them. I think Oprah damaged them. I think this damaged them. And sadly, I think, globally, it's particularly damaged them. I mean, the Netflix documentary has been an enormous hit for the Sussexes. I mean, they're winning this side of the Atlantic. This book, I think, has enough self-sabotage for that to maybe be dented. The Sussexes have been seen to be absent, that their version has won over here. I mean, people feel that they have been hard done by, that their victim narrative is correct, and find them very, very appealing, and they are global superstars, and that's hard for the royal family to compete with, because they're seeming more and more local, really, as an English phenomenon. They're adored in the UK. That's really their issue at the moment, is how do they create a global footprint for themselves?
Okay, so that was Tina Brown. Let me find Tom. Now, of course, their language about the Sussexes are still, toxic, but their admission is what I'm here for. Is the admission that despite their dirtiest deeds, that, oh, and speaking of the Sussex squad, let me do this one first. Let me do this one first. Oh, okay, so that didn't work out. Hold on a second. Let me find Tom. Uh, well, I mean, considering his condition, he couldn't have gotten far. Oh man, he couldn't have gotten far. But let me see if I could find him. Uh, okay, I think Tom Barrow may be the no go. Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, let me cue this one up.
Their own lives now. And the question is really how the royal family handles it. My view is that they've got to, William needs to give some sort of considered reply to these attacks on him and the royal family. It's a very serious situation which they've created, and they're going to earn a fortune out of it. And don't forget, there's Harry's book still to come next month. And then at some stage, there'll be Meghan's book. I mean, they're making a career out of this stuff, and they're getting huge attention. And I will add, I'll concede, they're getting a lot of sympathy, both in America and in Europe, and especially across Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. They are believed. And that is a very, very serious problem for the British royal family and Britain altogether. I think they won't want to come. I think they're...
Okay, so he was speaking about the Sussexes not coming to the coronation. Either way, whether they go or they don't go, at this point, I don't really want them to go, and I never thought I would say that. And by the way, Carol Purdue, thank you so much for your comment. I I um I wanted them to go because I wanted them to go, but then again, it's not wise. It's probably not the best thing. And the reason why I've changed my mind was because of the way the royal family behaved at the Queen's funeral. Let's see. Oh, you paid full price for 6 copies at my local bookstore. I always try to buy local because they need the support and they love my purchase. Yes. Well, thank you, Helene. And that's a good reminder. If you could visit your local bookstore, that makes more sense than anything I could think of because they do need the support. Um, Neighborhoods without local bookstores or a world without the local bookstore would be a sad place to be. So, thank you for that, Helene, and thanks for that reminder. Let me see here. Okay, I haven't scrolled in a bit. Let me see what I'm missing here. Let me see. Can't sleep. Still awake. Hi, everyone. Well, Duchess of Success, I think I could help because um, one of the squatties was afraid to admit to me that she actually finds it easy to nod off and sleep. Listening to Royal Sussex. And I'm not offended by that at all. I totally understand. I have had quite a few friends in my lifetime who tell me, I don't know what it is about your voice, but. So you have come to the right place. Trust me when I say this. You'll be out of it in no time. Let's see here. Um, Okay. I saw Tom Bradby's face in a promo and decided not to watch his interview. He looked like he was mad and attacking Harry. Well, I mean, he had a job to do and he works for ITV, so you could imagine what his disposition was. He wanted to not appear to be a light touch, of course, and he wanted to make sure that people, were accepting him as the hard hitting, gritty reporter that he's supposed, or I'm sorry, journalist that he's supposed to be. So, I prefer Stephen Colbert's first, and then after that, I'm going to say Anderson Cooper, and then for the Tom Bradby, I didn't care for it for some reason, and that's unfortunate because as a person, I like Tom Bradby, but I just, I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. I think he was trying too hard. Let's see. You got yours at Target for $22. Very cool. And thank you for supporting Target. I love Target. I like them. Target, and then yeah, I think Target for like of the big box stores. Of course, I have a new romance with a place called Costco, and let's see, what's my other favorite place? Well, Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. Which reminds me, I need to go there. All right, so I kind of left off speaking about Harry's friendship with the Obamas. There he is with Michelle Obama. They, did a few projects together. Harry even showed up for, I think it was a Easter luncheon or something like that. The kids were surprised because, as Michelle said, you guys won't believe it. I have a real live prince here today. Let me see. Official Lauren Brown says, seeing Obama, I keep thinking about with him on the campaign trail last year. Okay. Oh man. And then of course there's Uncle Joe. there's Uncle Joe, and we all know how Joe Biden feels about Prince Harry, especially with that embarrassing situation where Prince Harry was spending a curious amount of time with Jill Biden. Let's see if I can find that one.
He's charming. He's married because he's charming. She spent too much time with him. I don't know. I'm glad he's married. Been involved in the Invictus Games with Prince Harry from the beginning.
Yeah, can you tell us anything about Prince Harry?
I can tell you. I'm happy he's married because she spent too much time with him. I don't know. I'm glad he's married.
So that was Joe Biden's impression of Prince Harry. But again, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that they would, have spent some time together since the White House, and that hasn't materialized yet. But I'm pretty sure at some point it will. I was just hoping that, with Harry's support for the veterans community, that would happen. So maybe, who knows, after the book and everything. And plus, again, the Sussexes have a young family, so they haven't always been so available either. But yeah, so Jill Biden, who is a military mom, as well as the fact that their son Beau, technically her stepson, was in the military, and they do believe he was lost to the carcinogens from the burn pit. So that is one of the things that the Bidens have been fighting for, is to fund research and also to support a lot of the military people that have come home from Afghanistan and Iraq with these rare cancers that do not affect most people in the population at the rates that it affects the soldiers. And people attribute that to the burn pit. So that is one of the causes that the Bidens have been fighting for. Beau Biden died of a very rare brain tumor. So, okay. And then, of course, there was that unusual appearance, that cameo appearance of Prince Harry at the inauguration. So there's Joe Biden at his inauguration. Everybody's wearing purple. The First Lady, the Obama, Michelle Obama, and a few other people, they wore purple to support Uncle Joe. And in the background, there is this mural-like poster on the wall, and there's Prince Harry at the Arlington National Cemetery. Now, so far, you guys, I have been very disciplined about not giving away too much from the book, right? Because I want to give at least anybody on Royal Sussex the chance to discover for themselves. But he did mention how much he loved the laying of the wreath at the Arlington National Cemetery. And when he mentioned that, and for you guys that really have followed Prince Harry like his whole life, you'll be amazed at how often there's certain comments, or not comments, but certain parts of his book where he speaks about visits to the US, that those images from the photos and the videos is going to just go coursing right through your mind. And when he said the laying of the wreath at the Arlington National Cemetery, immediately it took me to that moment. And if you guys have seen my Prince Harry uniform video, then you probably know that part there is depicted at the end of the video. But don't worry, Susie Q, I'm not going to play it right now, but I may play it later. Trigger warning. I may play it at the end, but yeah, so that scene right there, immediately my mind went straight to that situation. And Harry said that was like his favorite wreath laying, because he liked the idea that just for one heartbeat, for that split second, that pregnant pause, if you will, you and another uniformed soldier are holding and placing the same wreath, and then you hold it there. And I thought that was really cool. Thank you, Kids Indoor. Thank you very much for that. Right. All right. So let's see here. Now, let's go to what is it? Is it Tidge and Mike? Let's talk about them. Now, again, this is something to do with the book. I'm not going to go into his relationship with them, but I just wanted to show you who they are. And so he's going to mention them in the book. I don't recall him saying much about them anyplace else beside the book. So I just wanted anyway, the fail decided to out them today. And of course, I don't think that they were hiding in the first place, but since they went through the trouble, I'm going to share it with you. So if you guys have gone through the book, one of the most endearing parts of the book is Prince Harry's relations with TJ and Mike, or Tidge and Mike, as I think he refers to them. Love that. Love that part of the book. Every time he would mention them, I was so like wrapped up and involved in the book. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was, on the safari or on the camp out or whatever. And it was like with everything else that was going on, when Harry said what a relief it was to be with them, I felt relieved reading it. Well, listening to him with the audiobook, I felt relieved too. I'm just like, yes, finally. Yeah, let's get back there. Oh man. So I'm telling you, I missed my exit today. I was driving and I don't know how I got there. So I don't think I'm going to listen and drive anymore. I'm almost done anyway, but I'm not going to listen and drive anymore because I'm telling you, I don't know how I got to my destination because I just zoned out. I totally missed my exit. I'm like, wait a minute. That was it right there. I was in the right lane and everything. And I had to jump over thinking I was in the wrong. Oh, man. So just to tell you how involved I was. And of course, this, I suppose, was that first trip to Africa under the sun. And well, anyway, you've heard him talk about this in the interviews. So again, not really giving anything away, but I think that's TJ and Mike's truck. But what a nice set of friends to have, Yeah. So, and then there's this. I don't know how serious this is. Peace talks plan moves to reconcile Prince Harry with his Windsors. I'm sorry, with the Windsors rather, before the coronation. So, who knows what all that means? This was in was it the Telegraph? Yeah, I think it was the Telegraph. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the Telegraph. Let me see. I'll double check. No, it was in the Times. It was in the Times. And it says, "Who shall separate us?" asked Prince Harry in his book, as he described bidding farewell to Prince William on his wedding day, his big brothers leaving him terrifyingly alone. Prince Harry's memoir, the fastest selling nonfiction book yet, has separated the brothers even further, leaving the spare more isolated than ever from the royal family. The question now is, who shall unite them? Can Harry come back into the fold as friends rather than foes? And how? Reconciliation is Harry's word of the day. He called for it in many interviews last week to promote Spare, probably the least conciliatory read in royal history. Now, of course, this is the opinion of the Times. He wants accountability and an apology from his family, but says they have shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile since the Sussexes' painful split from the Windsor clan. He wants to sit down and have a proper conversation about this and says he wants his brother and his father back. And I'm so glad that they quoted him rather than saying he wants to be back in the family, because that's what some of the people were saying, last week is that he wants his family back, or he wants to be back in the or however they put it, but they made it sound like he was trying to get back to royal duty, and of course we all know that that's never going to happen. So Katie V, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. Thank you for being here. All right. And let me see. Anastasia Isabella says, Lydia, on the channel that I find very disturbing and is really, so there's someone who has waited over a week so that they can comment, giving me all of that extra monetization on my channel. That's nice of them, Anastasia. I mean, because the very presence of them being here helps to drive the algorithm. So, but yeah, if we can find them, then let's block them, because we certainly don't want that. But whoever the hater is, thank you so much for oh, okay, thank you. But yeah, anyway, if you are hate listening, thank you so much, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. All right, so there's that. So my theme for today is David and Goliath, right? David and Goliath. Well, if you know the story of David, how he managed to topple the giant, David was just a shepherd boy. Well, Prince Harry being the spare, I kind of want to compare him to being, just that shepherd boy that everyone underestimated, or even better, underguestimated. So this statue of David by Michelangelo, I learned a few things about this statue recently. Like, for instance, did you guys know that this statue was actually created to go on top of the Florence Cathedral? It was supposed to go, well, not the very top, but one of those piers that helped to support the dome. They were going to put it on the roof up there. And so that is why the head is rather large, and also the hands, because you are actually supposed to view it, a couple of 100 feet up in the air and not up close. It's about 15 feet high, whatever that is in meters, but it's about 15 feet high, and is made of that beautiful Carrara white marble that the artists have been using for centuries. Well, it's the pose of David that captured my attention. David, if you notice his gaze, David, unlike the other statues, which I will show you the comparison pretty soon, David is armed with, as a matter of fact, he's not wearing anything but a sling, and his sling is over his shoulder. Yeah, right, Helene? Beautiful. So if you notice the very ruffled brow, and again, I didn't really notice that about him, but he's looking with defiance. And that, again, is why it reminds me of Prince Harry, because he has the giant to battle. In this case, that would be the tabloid media. So there are so many variations of David out there. But what set aside Michelangelo's from the others is because they usually depict him having defeated the giant. There's the giant's severed head at the feet of David. Whereas Bernini shows an action David, which was unusual for any of the Davids, and there have been many of them. This particular one by Bernini, he actually has David ready to cast that stone. But the one that is completely different from the others, Michelangelo, is a very fixed gaze, as I showed you earlier. And that is because he's summing up the situation. It reminds me of how deliberate Harry's challenge to the tabloid media has been that 2 years of deciding exactly which approach shall we take. So in the meantime, yes, they spoke to the in the Oprah Winfrey interview. Hey, Big Mama. And then, of course, it was another year of contemplation as he was working on his book. And so the David in the center is the one that I think best serves as an example of Prince Harry. Well-formed, handsome, always thought of as, well, like as in the story of David, just a simple shepherd boy, not the one that you're supposed to notice. But yet, he didn't even want the armor that was offered him to combat the giant. If you know the story, David refused the armor. All he wanted was a rock and a sling, or in Harry's case, a book and some lawyers. And so there's Harry with that fixed gaze, just like our David, ready to take on the Goliath. Okay, so, and then take a look there. Henry Charles Albert David Mountbatten-Windsor. That's his middle name. Well, one of his names, David. David versus Goliath. So that is why I choose Michelangelo's David as the one that is the best example of Harry's battle with the tabloid press, and even for the proper recognition from his family. It's a monumental task, and definitely not for the weak. But then again, the race is not given to the swift, right? So that is why I thought about the statue of David, and of course the battle of David and Goliath. Let's see here. Official Lauren Brown said, oh, that's for someone else? All right. Let me take this back here. No, I need to go forward. Oh, by the way, there is Prince Harry's book on the side of a bus. I don't know exactly what city that is, but one of the squaddies posted that on the Twitter. So, all right. So with that, let me take a look at some of your comments, if anybody's talking to me. CBS version is rather stayed with too much commercial, thus the interview seems disjointed also. Do you mean what do you call it? Colbert's interview, or do you mean the Oprah interview? Because the Oprah interview, I don't like the way they chop up the material on the morning show. The next day, Oprah comes out with more stuff that was not seen in the actual broadcast. That to me was a bit confusing. So, and then of course, after all of that, then it goes back into the vault, and we don't get to reference it as easy as we can with Stephen Colbert and the 60 Minutes. His words, his story is his translation of that bus ad, Baron. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, that is for Helene. All right. Hello to you, Sharon Augustine. What is that? Wow, this interview is different. Tom brings up a lot of trauma. Tom Bradby. Well, I wish I was watching it again now, because I watched it in real time, and to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what I took from it. Maybe I need to watch it again, because I don't know. Am I being too because I didn't really care for the one with well, you know what? I didn't see the whole interview with Michael Strahan, but I'm just going to say, for me, it was all about Anderson Cooper. But first and foremost, I have to say that Stephen Colbert threw a lifeline And he also gave Harry a chance to show live and in person his ability to enjoy a good laugh. I mean, it was fun loving and it was serious. Harry called out the tabloids liars. He said the whole thing was a lie about the military and how much context matters. So I just have to say, I am leaning heavily toward Stephen Colbert. Oh, really? Today? Oh, so that's oh, I missed it, huh? Oh, the ITV interview on CBS at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So I missed it. Or is it coming on right now? Oh, I missed it. Oh, I had no idea. He's on now. Then what are you guys doing here? Get out of here. Go watch it. What am I doing here? Are they going to show it again? Let me see here. Colbert and Anderson Cooper interviews were better than and more heartfelt. Thank you, Donna Reese. I agree. Well, you guys, I think pretty much I'm done for today. Let me see. Was that it? Yes, that was it. The bus. The bus was the last one. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Is that okay? Is that what you were trying to tell me about the bus? Oh, you translated that. Thank you so much. Lauren Brown, you are a genius. You translated that. Oh, okay. I thought you meant, what he's trying to say, but no, you literally translated that. I didn't catch on. Okay. Shelly L says, but thank you, Lauren Brown. No, the interview on CBS is on tonight. Okay. So that means in 15 minutes it's on? Because I don't know, y'all. I'm about getting on y'all nerve, ain't I? Let me see here. Bear an ITV interview on CBS at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So that means it will be Pacific time on and then 5 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6 p.m. What? 4 p.m. That's 4 p.m. my time. So it's been on. Oh man, what? Okay, thank you, Shelly L. Am I losing my mind? So it's on now. Okay. And you DVR'd it. All right. 7 p.m. Central Time. So it's on now, and I'm missing it. Okay, thank you, Mad World. I'm like, am I losing my mind? What are they saying to me? All right. So anyway, you guys, go ahead and watch it. I am done. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for your generous contributions to Royal Sussex. I'm going to go so I can watch the rest of it. And maybe I'll get something out of it I didn't catch the first time. Right? I'm tripping today, ain't I? No, thank you, Lauren Brown. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, I'm a bit loopy. Let me go, y'all. I will see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here on Royal Sussex. And happy Saturday to you. Yes, right, Cynthia. They are more humane. They are. I agree with you. You know what? Let me see something here. Because one of the squatties was nice enough to send Baron a lovely lapel mic, and let me test this while I'm here, shall I? Wait, how you turn this on? There we go. All right. And I am going to see if I can connect it. Wait, do I have to plug something in? Oh, I think I got to plug something in to connect it. Oh, Lord. Okay, that ain't going to work. Never mind. Never mind. I should have tried that before. Wait a minute. Yeah, I should have tried that before. Oh, wait. All right. I can make that work. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And thank you for being here. And as always, it's on Paramount Plus. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Rohini was here. Hey, Rohini. By the way, Rohini, I saved that quote. The 5 M's. I'm going to use that pretty soon. I love that. Rohini, you have such a way. I don't know if you do poetry or not, but you really should, because you have a certain way of putting things. And I'm being very serious. I'm just like very I don't know. I love to hear you talk. It's very, very cool. All right. Yes, thank you so much, Black Queen. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out. All right, and thank you, everybody. Hey, Misty Blue, thank you too. Thank you. All right. Good night. Good night. Last one out. Turn off the lights. The last one out must turn out the lights. Oh, is it moonshine time? Yes, right? Right? I don't know. I just when Rohini is doing like a call in, it always seems to just like someone just turned the heat on in a cold night. It always warms me up. I'm just like, yes, yes. So much clarity. Okay. Let me see. In Harry's book, chart says he doesn't have enough money to support. Oh, you mean not chart, but okay. Love one this man so much. I think he would probably go to the coronation and he will be treated like crap. I would not. Yeah, if it's anything like the Queen's funeral, if there was anybody who doesn't understand why this book is so important, that is probably someone who did not see the way Harry was treated at Philip's funeral, the way he was treated at his grandmother's funeral, or that's someone who hasn't been paying attention to the way the Duchess of Sussex has been maligned and mistreated by the tabloid media. Something that they've always done to Harry, but someone who's an outsider and new to the country, someone who pledged to work on behalf of the Queen and the Commonwealth, was mistreated so badly. I don't care what happens to the royal family. I really don't. If they lose all their power and prestige tomorrow, I would be so pleased. And I never thought I would be one of those end of monarchy people, but I don't I can't passively support an institution like that. And I'm so disappointed. I am so darn disappointed with that royal family. I really am. It's one thing to conceal your contempt for someone, but they don't care who knows it. They don't care what anybody thinks about how they have mistreated Harry or Meghan. So there you go. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish my book. I'm going to try to catch the end of Tom Bradby and maybe watch it later someplace else if I can. But thank you all so much for being here. All right. right. I don't know what that's about. Look like the check cleared. All right. Okay. It's a lover. He is hard to let go when you love that hard. I am so sorry his family is so toxic. He clearly has his mother's heart. Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you, Lauren Brown. That's so apropos. Thank you. The British royal family and the Derangers took a huge L this week. A huge L, took a huge loss this week. No? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, bought and sold. Right? Spot on, Lauren. Spot on. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go. Thank you. Last word of the day is what did I miss? That's our last word of the day. Trevor Rodney asked the question rather. What did I miss? And that is going to be the word of the day. Last word of the day is what did I miss? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out, Trevor. What have I missed? What have I missed? I don't get that family. I don't get it, as Stacy Solomon has put so appropriately. I just don't get it. I don't get any of it. Right?
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals or as, like, Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their celebrities.
For me, is brilliant.
I love the Queen.
No, duty, responsibility.
She's always worked really hard.
Well, I would work hard
if the
too.
whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
No, they don't pay for all of the houses, but
just a few.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country paid me and gave me like 12 houses to live in. I just don't get it. I would never confuse the loose women for being people. Human beings for that matter, but people, not. I would never confuse them. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do kind of have it memorized. I love the Queen. Oh, man. Remind me to never grow bangs, right? Remind me to never grow bangs. Yeah, it just kind of reminds me I need to put that mop outside so it can air out. That's what it reminds me of. Hey, Compton Cali gal. I think this is sweet, though. You guys don't seem to want to leave. I mean, but I was kind of done for today. Let me see. I don't like this Tom Bradbury interview. I'm glad Harry immediately stopped him and to clarify triggering words. Words matter. Right? That's, you know what, Andrea Allen? I love the way you put that. Harry immediately stopped him to clarify triggering words. And it did seem as though Tom Bradby was trying to trigger him somewhat. So, yes, thank you. I like the way you put that. Yeah, 4 haters in one place. 4 haters in one place. When the gruesome women get together, it's never a good thing. The gruesomes. Let me see if that 1 second from the right has a little mustache. Oh, Jan Street Porter. I put that on Twitter. Let me see if I have any comments on that post as of yet. I couldn't help it. I had to put that on Twitter. But people love Harry for good reason, because Harry is authentic. He's not perfect. He's authentic, and that really matters. Nobody wants perfection, but authenticity is very important. So, oh my goodness. So nobody's really into my gruesome women on Twitter, but that's okay. I don't see many comments or anything. I thought that was going to go viral, but I guess not. But they like the Grover picture. Oh, man. Okay, let me see here. The interview is over, Susie Q. So now should I play Harry's uniform? Or is that too much right now? Yeah, I don't want to. I won't show that today. I'll do that another day. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that, Emma D, because I thought I was the only one, but I didn't really care for it either. Let me see here. Watching paint dry. Yeah, I don't feel like the interview got anywhere. That's what I didn't feel like I was informed by the interview. That's how I felt. I don't feel like I was informed by that interview. It was just very, very dry. Tom Bradby was being too careful and wasn't being supportive enough. Okay. Gosh, I wish I knew where I could find some Harry images, like on a bus stop or something. I wonder if they have any at Times Square. Maybe not. If it was in Times Square, someone would have posted it already. But it would be cool if it was. Let me see. In Times Square, I'm going to check and see if I can find any on the interweb. Nope, I don't think so. I don't see anything. At least I don't see anything online. Yeah, nothing online. Oh well. And you know what, guys? Let me say something that has been on my mind, and that is, they said that Willie had the jet take off without Harry when they all went up to Balmoral. Do you guys remember that when the plane landed in Balmoral, how they were going on and on about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex was on the plane, and they didn't give a rat's behind about where William was? Do you guys remember that? Everyone on television seemed to be obsessed with the idea that Harry and Meghan was on that first jet to arrive in Scotland after the Queen died, and nobody seemed to care anything about William and Catherine. So, and I'm pretty sure that when they heard about the big fuss about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex being on that jet that landed, I'm pretty sure that really bothered them. But yeah, they were totally going on and on and on about Harry and Meghan being on that first jet up to Balmoral, and then all of a sudden the disappointment of seeing William's bald head pop out, and then of course followed by his uncle, the not Duke of Windsor, the Earl of Wessex, and the woman with that nasty glare. They were very disappointed, but I remember that they were so sure that Harry and Meghan was on a plane, and they were taking such enjoyment out of reporting that, only to find out that they were not there. So Lauren says, I remember there was a whole bunch of nonsense, QE2's death, but I'm not surprised if they leaked some lies and projections regarding who was left and who was not. Well, the thing is, for days, they had us believe that Harry was the only one who didn't see the Queen before she died, when the truth is, Charles barely made it, if he made it. I do believe that Anne was there, Afro Annie was there picking the hair out, and Will, the Wessexes, none of them made it. Andrew, he did not make it. And out of the group of them, if I had to decide who may have been rambling through the Queen's purse after she passed, I won't even tell you who I think probably went through her purse, but I'll let you all tell me who you think I think went through the Queen's purse after she passed away. But I suspect one of the people who showed up at Balmoral wasn't there to see Mommy. One of the people was there to go through her purse and see if she had any money in it. Golfing Mom 68, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. But let me see. I'm not saying, I can't say for legal reasons, but I think one of those siblings was there to go through Mommy's purse. Somebody who Mommy has had to rescue. Someone that Mommy has had to rescue on occasion. Oh man, somebody who's always in his mama's purse. Yeah, but I think one of the siblings was probably there going through her purse and probably looking under the mattress and everything, trying to figure out if there was anything of value that will not have been cataloged that they could take. Let's see here, Baron. This New York City, and nothing is going to happen unless Prince Harry threw them a bone. Especially the book Spare is very successful. No free publicity, nothing in Times Square so far. Yeah, Nicole Tannis. I would imagine though that the publishing company would be the ones to do that, not Prince Harry. The publishing company would be likely the ones that would pay for something like that. But yeah, it's no big deal. But just would have been nice to have, that image in the same way that the Spotify was. But who's to say it won't happen, or that it hasn't happened already and just nobody took a picture of it? Oh, you like Costco too? Oh, I love that place. Okay. Oh man. All right, you guys. I think I better go because there's people piling in as I'm trying to get out of here. Remember, there are other books that you can shop for. I love this list from Phoenicia. Is that right? Phoenicia Marquette. I love that list of books. I only owned 3 of them. So I guess you can imagine which 3 I have. Let me see. Edwina was probably looking for a wheel to prove. Dukedom was promised. Yes, well, I mean, it and it was up to Charles to make that right, and he didn't do it. He chose not to do it. Kate to her mom straight to the royal vault. Yeah, Kate and her mom went straight to the royal vault. I mean, she looked like a Christmas tree at the. Yes, Yes, she was all decked out in the Queen, and they've been talking about as a homage to the Queen. You mean as a okay, I can't say that word. But anyway, they raided the joint. I'll just say that. They raided the jewelry box. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm about to go. Why is the number going back up? I'm fixing to get out of here, even though I'm enjoying your comments. Lauren, you seem to be on the roll. Did you want to give us a call in? I mean, I could hang out a little while longer, but only if you say yes. If not, then I'm gonna go. I'm fixing to go. Oh, you know what? Never mind, because Misty Blues is coming on, right? She got something coming up. Let's see. If Misty Blue is coming on, then I'm gonna make like a treat and leave. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna link that to the top of the chat and pin message, right? Oh, you did one for Lisa Marie. Okay. Didn't know that. Yeah, Annie Bullard, I'm fixing to go. I should just go. I've been on long enough. I mean, I'd only prepared for about an hour, and you know what I mean? Well, Misty Blue, you've been busy. Okay. Yeah, you guys, make sure you subscribe. Misty Blue has 420 subscribers, and before people start whispering about that 420, we have to get that number up because 420 sounds too illicit. So so before people start whispering, you all had to get over there and subscribe. So the link is at the top of the chat. You can see it up there. I pegged it to the top of the chat. Yeah. 420 sounds too, 420. Oh, man. Oh, you can't tonight? Let me see. Oh, you're multitasking. Okay. Well, we'll get you back on here one of these days. But anyway, there's a 420 party over at Misty Blue. So I better stop saying that. I don't know what the algorithm is going to do. Before I get myself in trouble. Let me see. Oh, you want to see it? Okay, we'll close with that one then. So let me celebrate our queens, and then we'll close with the uniform video today. Let me see. Where are our queens? Thank you to our queen Doria and Diana, our queen of hearts, and our queen of everything. I love all the nice stuff that that Harry said about his mother-in-law. Okay. All right, so we'll go to the uniform, and I will bid you all a good night. Love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow for sure.
Prince Harry is a young man who has grown up not just with good looks and also royal privileges. It would have been easy for him to choose a life of ease and leisure. Instead, he chose a more difficult path. And by so doing, he has become an example to millions of others. It is a path that fully embraces the noblest traditions of service to his country and to his fellow human beings. On the one hand, Prince Harry has bravely followed the tradition of generations of British royals before him by serving his country in the military. He has been an Army officer in the British Army since 2006 and deployed with the Household Cavalry Regiment Battle Group to Helmand Province in 2008. During his time there, he served in the front lines, directing British and American aircraft onto enemy targets. He has shown that he knows what it means to lead by example, even when it means possibly paying the ultimate price.